What if one of America's most talked about political figures wasn't done yet? What if Sarah Palin, a name we thought we'd left behind in the past, is quietly shaping her next big move? Sarah Palin's name still sparks debate across the country. Love her or hate her, her story has always been larger than life. But now, something unexpected is happening. Palin is reemerging, not just as a reminder of the past but as a potential force in the future. What's behind this resurgence? Why is she suddenly making headlines again? Stick with us, and you'll see how her recent choices could impact not only her career but the direction of U.S. politics as a whole. By the end of this video, you'll learn why some are calling her return the comeback nobody saw coming, and why others are sounding alarms. Plus, we've saved the most surprising twist about her current plans for the very end. You won't want to miss it. Sarah Palin's political story isn't just about her past, it's about the surprising ties she's maintained and the bold moves she's still willing to make. One of the key reasons Palin's name refuses to fade is her strong alliance with Donald Trump. From the moment she endorsed him in 2016, it was clear she wasn't stepping away from the political spotlight quietly. Her fiery speeches and unwavering support energized the Republican base, especially among Tea Party supporters and populists who saw her as one of their own. But here's the twist. Despite her prominent role in backing Trump, Palin never held an official position in his administration. Why? Was it her choice or was there more to the story? That's a question many have asked. Yet, even without a title, she stayed vocal, championing Trump's policies and praising his independent approach in reshaping the Republican Party. Fast forward to 2022. Palin decided to step back into the political arena, running for Alaska's at-large congressional seat after the passing of Representative Don Young. It was a bold move, but the outcome wasn't what she hoped for. She faced two defeats, one in the special election and another in the general election, both to Democrat Mary Peltola. These losses could have marked the end of her political journey. But instead, they revealed something surprising: Palin's resilience. So, why does she keep pushing forward? Is it ambition, a genuine belief in her causes, or something deeper? Hold on to that thought because her strategy may not be as straightforward as it seems. And what happens next might just change how you see her entire comeback. While her political battles have been tough, Sarah Palin has proven she's far from a one-trick pony. Her pivot to media made her a household name all over again, and not just for politics. Palin's television career gave her a platform to connect with people in a way most politicians could only dream of. Shows like Sarah Palin's Alaska and Amazing America with Sarah Palin didn't just highlight her love for the outdoors and traditional values, they also kept her voice alive in the cultural conversation. And then there was her stint on Fox News. From 2010 to 2015, Palin became one of the network's most recognizable conservative commentators. Her unapologetic opinions and no-nonsense delivery struck a chord with viewers who were tired of scripted political jargon. But here's the catch: while some saw her as a refreshing voice, others accused her of fanning the flames of division. Recently, Palin's media presence has taken a different turn. She's been showing up in interviews, tackling some of the country's most hot-button issues, from immigration to women's rights. In one memorable appearance, she doubled down on her support for Trump's stance on abortion, emphasizing her belief in states' rights to decide such matters. So here's the big question: is Sarah Palin using media to reshape her public image, or is she laying the groundwork for something bigger? Could this visibility be a calculated move to position herself for a return to national politics? Stay with us because her strategy might reveal more than you think about her endgame. Sarah Palin's stance on women's rights has always been a hot topic, but her recent comments have stirred up fresh conversations. Unlike many voices in today's debates, Palin doesn't frame herself as a victim of systemic barriers. Instead, she paints a very different picture, one where women already have the tools and opportunities they need to succeed in America. In one of her recent interviews, Palin addressed criticisms of gender inequality, arguing that success comes from perseverance and grit, not from what she sees as unnecessary labels or quotas. While this view resonates with many conservatives, it has also sparked sharp criticism from those who feel it overlooks deeper issues faced by women across the country. But here's where it gets interesting: her comments aren't just about policy, they're deeply personal. Palin has built her public image around resilience, surviving both personal and political storms. She's walked the talk, whether it's balancing her family life in the public eye or navigating the backlash from her most controversial moments. What's her endgame here? Is she positioning herself as a new kind of advocate for women in conservative politics? Or is this another calculated step to energize her base? The answers aren't clear yet, but one thing is, Palin's rhetoric is tapping into a growing divide in how Americans think about women's rights, and she's standing firmly on one side of it. Stick around because her next move could reveal what she's really aiming for, and it's not what you'd expect. If there's one thing Sarah Palin knows how to do, it's connect with people who feel left out of the mainstream political conversation. Her message has always been about individual rights and freedoms, and she's never shied away from calling out what she perceives as a growing globalist agenda in American politics. In her recent speeches and interviews, Palin has doubled down on these themes. She speaks directly to conservative audiences who feel frustrated and disillusioned. They see her as a fighter, someone willing to say what others won't. But here's the catch. Palin's populist tone isn't just about rallying a base, it's about drawing a line between us and them. She frames herself as a champion of the everyday American, standing against political elites who, in her words, have lost touch with the people they're supposed to represent. This approach has always been polarizing, and now, it's more relevant than ever. In a time when voters on both sides are questioning the system, Palin's rhetoric strikes a nerve. But does it have the power to bring her back into the political fold, or will it only deepen divisions? The most fascinating part? Palin's critics may underestimate her. While some dismiss her as a relic of the past, she's quietly leveraging this populist wave to remain influential. And whether you agree with her or not, that influence is something to watch closely. But there's still one piece of the puzzle missing, the twist that ties all of this together. Stay with us, because we're about to uncover the move that could redefine her future. What sets Sarah Palin apart from many other public figures is her ability to keep bouncing back. Most politicians who face repeated public losses quietly fade into the background. But Palin, she seems to thrive in the face of adversity. Her 2022 congressional campaigns in Alaska could have been her political swan song. After losing not once but twice to Democrat Mary Peltola, many believed her time in politics was finally over. But instead of retreating, Palin used those setbacks to reignite conversations about her place in the national conservative movement. She has refused to let those defeats define her, showing a level of persistence that even her harshest critics can't ignore. So why does she keep pushing? Maybe it's her belief that she still has a role to play in shaping America's future. Or perhaps she's motivated by the changing political landscape, where populist voices like hers are gaining more traction. Whatever her reasons, one thing is clear: Palin isn't done fighting. Her resilience has made her a symbol of defiance and perseverance for her supporters. But it's also raised questions. Is her comeback fueled by genuine passion for the issues she champions? Or is it an attempt to reclaim the spotlight? The answer might be both, but it's this complexity that keeps people intrigued. And here's the real kicker: Palin's next move might not even be political. Could her media presence, advocacy, and political connections all be leading toward something entirely unexpected? That's the twist we'll reveal as we wrap things up. Sarah Palin's story is far from over. Whether you view her as a trailblazer or a polarizing figure, one thing is certain: she knows how to stay relevant. From her early days energizing the Tea Party to her current media appearances and political rhetoric, Palin has shown resilience, adaptability, and an uncanny ability to spark conversation. But here's the thing: her next move could be her most unpredictable yet. Is she positioning herself for another shot at political office? Or is she quietly crafting a new role, blending politics, media, and advocacy into something entirely different? Whatever it is, it's bound to surprise both her fans and her critics. Here's your challenge: watch how Sarah Palin's comeback plays out, and think about what it says not just about her, but about the state of American politics today. Are we seeing the return of a political powerhouse or the evolution of a cultural icon? Your take matters. Now, here's what we want from you. Drop a comment below and tell us, do you think Sarah Palin's comeback will succeed? Or is her time in the spotlight over? Be bold with your predictions, because the best ones might just get featured in our next video. And if this story left you curious about other surprising political comebacks, stick around. We've got more intriguing stories coming your way, and trust us, they're ones you won't want to miss.